It's fine, but there's a lot of it. I bet I know the question that's been burning in your heart for a long time, and that is, how much gold can I find in 100 buckets?
12.
That's absolutely the question you're all thinking about, wasn't it? Well, today we're going to find out part of that question. I'm out with the Gold Rat Sluice box that has the classifier plate built into it, and Gadsy, this magnificent multicolored mother rudder, built a sluice box out of core flute. How much did it cost you?
About 20 bucks.
It's made with authentic cloth tape, recycled dinosaur,
Thumbtacks.
from your high school, and he stole his mum's bath mat
It's got wings.
for leak protection.
Yeah, look at that.
Libra, sponsoring. Whereas mine's made from aluminium, steel, and also a bit of liquid dinosaur. Just quietly, liquid dinosaur t-shirts are in my merch shop, linked below. We've got to get that shameless plug in, right?
Get the plug in.
I got punch plate, I got a regular plate, I got a slick plate, I got all the plates.
You don't have a dinner plate.
And of course I am running Dream Mat. Dream Mat works beautifully on the ground that we're on. Now I don't know how many buckets I'm actually up to. I've got to tally at home. I think we're up to about 40. My goal is to do 10 buckets today. 10 of these, that would be 200 litres or 20% of a cubic metre. Although I'm almost middle-aged.
Middle-aged?
Yes, statistically 70 years old is how long men live for. So I'm officially going to be middle-aged in a couple of months. You, sir, have not a lot of time left.
No.
Yes.
And my bucket's bigger as well.
And therefore I'm going to be doing half of the unnamed brand buckets because they're lighter. I mean, they're lighter. Don't stop looking at the logo. This is one of my new pans. It's only 30 centimeters wide. It doesn't take much dirt. It takes about half of one normal shovel. So bear that in mind, because out of half a shovel of dirt, we got a whole bunch of flour gold out of this deposit. This is actually a really rich little deposit. We're going 50 to maybe 100 flakes on a good pan, and somewhere between 10 and 30 on a bad pan, usually near the surface and the overburden. So let's do a full pan and actually see what we're getting out of maybe 2.5 shovels. I always try to match what I'm doing with a sluice box with my test pan. So if I'm not classifying, then my test pans are always done with unclassified dirt, because that gives you an accurate representation of what you're tipping down your sluice. And there you go, you can see that beautiful flood gold. No real big flakes, but lots and lots and lots of that fine, fine gold. And I think if I manage to run 10 buckets of this stuff, it might be okay. My first half bucket. The idea of the 100 bucket challenge is to see how much gold I can get moving 100 buckets of soil. This being like my 40th bucket, we've got a fair amount of gold already. I think I've got over half an ounce. The classifier plate in the front of this sluice box is wicked. It's a really good little invention if you have enough water flow. I struggled to get enough water flow this morning to make this work properly, but we're there. We've got a reasonably well set up sluice, and it saves me a lot of work on the back end having to shift dirt twice through a classifier. It won't work in all situations, but in this spot it does. Now I thought about scooping the dirt in, but in my testing I found it much easier just to do this. I currently got the right volume of water going down my sluice. It's just the wrong velocity, and that means that we're getting a bit of a build up at the front. That's okay, because it's creating a dead spot where most of the gold's probably honestly going to drop out. Past this point about here on the mat, it's running perfect. So any gold that gets knocked out of that dead water is only going to end up in cells that are working perfectly fine. And that was my first half bucket run in about 2 minutes. Actually, no, that was my second half bucket run, because I did a test bucket at the start to make sure the sluice was good. So we're at 1 full bucket. 1 full bucket. Every time I come out to a spot like this, I try to work out what's going on, but it's all conjecture. Usually your test pan is going to lead you to the next gold deposit. So if you find somewhere like this and it's good, have a poke around, see what else you can find. You might just kick over something interesting not too far away. It's a bit of a generous half bucket, but at least I got a flotation device. Oh, hello.
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 Going funny thing.
Leaving shovels lying around, mate.
Can I flick some water in your eye?
No.
Why not?
He found his sovereign, then he couldn't find any gold for like a solid 2 weeks. And he flicked water in my eye in the creek and he suddenly started finding gold again. So now every time I go out, I gotta wear safety goggles. Right, that's just about enough talking out of me. ADHD break. It is super gratifying being able to just dump rock on. It's almost like you're high banking. Almost. Oh, that had me going for a second. It's a yellow rock. That little spider is still there, eh? Oh, he's got an insect. That's why he wasn't moving. Calm and relaxing bit. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You ruined the zen.
Look at this magnificent Libra sluice. It's so good.
Probably find 15 specks of gold in here.
Oh no, you're gonna find at least 20. Just quietly, I got like a mint shot on Gadsy's camera. You gotta go over to his channel to see the mint shot. It's up the sluice.
My channel is Spud Engineering.
His wing sluice box is actually catching gold. That real life gold right there. Not bought in the shop, actual gold.
You remember we put that ounce that you bought in the creek?
Yeah, then I only recovered 4 grams.
Yeah.
It's always amazing to me how many people who've never prospected before in their life leave comments like, that's fake, there's no way you could get that much gold doing what you just did. And you're like, well, I've got the gold, right? Like, I'm sitting over here with the actual gold, so you can believe whatever you want. I'm filling more buckets up with gold now. Well, you got to watch out for these spicy boys. You think that these would be nice and safe to touch, but the leaves are like razors on them, and I got cut open real good last time. And the other thing is, when you're sluicing, people tend to forget that paste streaks are limited to a certain size. Just like other things on Tinder, they can't grow unless there's another flood. And so you must probe the depths with your shovel to figure out whether or not you're still on the paste streak periodically. Because if for whatever reason you lose the paste streak, there's no point running gravel through any kind of river sluice, whether it's one that you made from core flute with wings or one that you spent a ridiculous amount of money on, because you can't live off just quartz. You can live off gold. This is only a single shovel. Each half bucket takes about 6 to 7 of these shovels to fill, and we still have very, very respectable gold. Even though I've removed a lot of soil out of this area, there'd be easily 50 or more specks in this pan. And it's spec counts and gold just like this from a single shovel that at the end of the day is hopefully going to put me at my ounce mark for the 100 bucket challenge. Get in the bucket. That is, of course, providing that my sluice box is currently catching gold. You never know. Sometimes it just goes skew-if and you don't find out to the end of the day. The only problem with a sluice box like this is that you bury it. You got to keep clearing your big tailings because they're suddenly where your small tailings are too. But it's a small price to pay for efficiency because that's my 8th bucket in the same time that Gadsy's done 2 half buckets.
But I'm classifying.
So am I.
No, I get sort of.
Am I classifying or is the sluice classifying? Let's debate this in the comments.
It's under the table.
If you know, you know. This guy's, well, he's definitely getting gold. It's all over. It's hard to see because it's fine and the way that the water's shimmering over it. You can kind of see it more up here. All those little specks of gold in there. Heaps. Heaps, good sir.
Heaps. I just hope I can get something.
And you see, the problem with my sluice is because this grate's here, we can't actually see into the cells and what's going on. I mean, we can see them at the other end, but that's not helpful at all. So, I don't know how much gold we got. I might be working for free, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. So if you would like to make sure that I have a kebab fund by the end of today, check out the description below where you're going to find links to find merch just like this, but also pay dirt over on the old moldy and Patreon where we do giveaways every single month. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nose pickers and nose shunners, bucket number 10. Curiosity did get the better of me, and I tested my tailings to make sure I wasn't losing anything significant. That is what I got out of a full pan of tailings. I'm fine with losing that amount of gold. And that is bucket number 10, meaning that I'm halfway because these are only half full. So we've done 5 buckets so far. Now up to bucket 14, so we are moving along. Oh no, 15. This is 15. I just did 14. We get a stable position there. Perfect. Shovel. Moved along a little bit. The gold's still the same. I just want to know if it gets better down this end. Unclassified and only 1 shovel because I want to know how many specks I'm getting per shovel. There is roughly 8 to 9 shovels in a half bucket that I'm getting at the moment. And so if we're getting like 10 specks a shovel, that'd be pretty good because that'd be over 100 specks a bucket. That's going to add up. Probably a specimen in there. Some coarse. Oh, yep, yeah. I couldn't see any gold, but it's right there. Plenty of it. That real fine stuff. Put it in the shadows, you'll be able to see it a little better. Super fine, but that's what we're here for today. Do you have golds, good sir?
I do have gold.
Oh, it's everywhere over your mat.
Yeah, that's some nice little flakes there, mate.
I reckon you'll get a surprising amount of gold out of that.
It's all just testing this thing out though. I'm not really planning on doing too much though.
For 20 bucks,
20 bucks.
20 bucks, you'll make your money back today.
I will.
At least. Gadsy, how unbelievably fast is this?
Super fast.
Like, I have now done 15 buckets through this. This is all my tailings. How many buckets have you done?
1.5.
If you watch the back of the dirt when it goes down, you're going to see black sand and ironstone. And if I had VMAT on this, which I'm going to do, you would see gold. The first one's always full of big rocks. Probably not on this one either. Maybe on this one. Oh yeah, oh no, it'll be the next one. Gosh, there's a lot of rock in this one. Okay, it's got to be this one. Watch the back, watch the back. Yeah. Oh yeah. It goes quick. Tailings management. It has taken 3 hours to do 19 buckets. This is my 20th bucket and the last one I'll be doing today for this run, meaning that I've done 10 full buckets for the 100 bucket challenge. And with some luck, when I lift that buried sluice box out of the ground, there's going to be some really nice gold in it. When it comes to gold prospecting, scale is everything. This is the original height of the ground level when I started digging here this morning. And yeah, we've gone down a couple of feet. I'm standing on loose gravel, rocky overburden, so I could probably go down another that much before we're actually at the depth. Oh, you got your sluice box out, mate.
Yeah, I'm pretty stuffed.
You got a decent amount of black sand up the top.
I know.
In honor of traditional sluicing practices, this last bucket's going to be spoon fed. It's going to be a pain in the butt because it's gravelly, but tradition is everything. So your sweatpants is panning off. Oh my god. Where'd you get all that black sand from?
Oh, out of the creek, I've heard.
Oh, look at how much fine gold you got mixed in that.
I know, it's stupidly fine, it's alright.
I have a problem, and that problem is that I've buried my sluice box. 20 buckets of dirt, and it's gone! It's under the dirt now. It's a relic of the future. Alright, it's time to gently but assertively unstick this thing and not drop it. Ugh. Oh yeah. Getting ironstone and black sand all the way down to the end of the sluice box means that we were running some good pay dirt. But as usual, the problem is going to be getting the classifier plate off. Why are you jammed on so hard? Yeah. Oh, to use my man muscles then, not my regular ones, my boy muscles. Now for the long thread, the longest of threads. I have worked for the last 3 hours for this, so if there's nothing under here, I'll be very disappointed. Oh no, there's gold. There's gold. There's heaps of gold. Look at how much fine gold's in there. Oh, every single cell has pockets and pockets of gold. Well, that's what we're talking about. So I'm going to bet there's going to be a lot more hiding in the actual cells itself. Oh, I'm tired and my bones hurt. Oh. 3 hours and so much work later. Oh my god. Boy, there is some gold in there. Oh my god. This is going to be a good day. This is going to be a very good day. I don't think I'm going to clean too much of this up on the creek. I think I'm going to spend a lot of the time cleaning it up at home. I'll just wash off a little bit of that lighter stuff. Oh, oh. Oh. It's fine, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah, man, you did really well. Wow.
There's heaps more in the black, but yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. The total number of buckets I have managed to do is 51. That puts us officially over the halfway point, and this was a really good take of gold. This is all the gold I got out of those 10 full buckets or 20 half buckets. You can see that there's a lot of really fine gold in this mix, and that tends to add up once you start getting spec counts over 50 a pan. So I think this lot is going to go a long way to helping me reach my 1 ounce target for my 100 buckets. Although I'm starting to think that I'm not going to reach an ounce because I don't think I got 0.3 a bucket. I reckon there's maybe 1.5 grams to 2 grams of gold there. Leave your guess down below before we throw it on the scales. Before I throw it on the scales, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can buy one of my pancake pans from my website, The Old Moldy, right now. We've got merch down in the description, as well as a whole range of pay dirt, including unsearched pay dirt, 1 gram, 2 gram, golden crystal, and crystal pay dirt, all available right now. That was a mouthful. Let's get on with the gold weigh-in. I still think there's going to be somewhere between 1.5 and 2 grams. Let's just split the difference, 1.75 grams. And the only reason that's possible is because I was able to move so much dirt so quickly using that classifying sluice plate. I will leave a link to that in the description below. We're going to meet the gram. Yep. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get 1.7. Oh no, I might. 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 8. 1.82. Damn, Chris, as you get older, you seem to be able to get better gold. Maybe that's just my old man muscle growing in and I'm being more efficient, or the ground I was on was really good. I like to think I'm getting more handsome and strong. Either way, that's worth about 200 Australian dollars at today's gold prices. It's not bad.